Hi, Ben here, and welcome back to another Work in Progress Wednesday. So we thought we'd just walk through the workshop and show you exactly what I've been working on so far this week. I try and do lots of different jobs. I never do one thing all week. I try and mix it up a bit because variety is the spice of life. So in here so far we've been working on some blades. So I've been prepping some parang blades. So I've got some in the ATCRV2 which are getting ready to, they've just been cleaned up. I've annealed the tangs and the spines. So these have just been blasted, but we've still got to put all the sort of primary grinds on there. We've also got some in ABL. So these are pretty much ready just for their final sharpen. So these have already had their grinds put on, they've been blasted, and then we've given it that nice acid stone wash. And then we've also been prepping some blades ready for heat treat. So we've got some Woodlander Blades. So these are in ABL stainless again. And what we do is we just put those primary grinds on there, obviously prep all the holes. These are probably going to get stamped, so we're going to press our logos into them and then they'll be ready for heat treat. We've also been getting a load of little thorns ready for heat treat, so these are in AEBL again. So all we've done so far is cleaned up the profiles, we've scribed the centre lines, and we're going to put our primary sort of grinds before heat treatment. So they'll be exciting, they'll be ready for the kiln hopefully by the end of the week. So let's walk through the workshop and we'll show you exactly what I've actually been working on the bench as well. So there's always a good variety of things on the bench. These are relatively new, these two sort of mobile benches, and it's really helped me lay out things as I'm working on them. So first up we've got some bowl turning hook tools. So these are some of our sort of very sort of rustic tools that we use on the pole lathe for bowl turning. These are forged out of EN45 spring steel, and these just need cleaning up. And we're going to put some very rustic handles on these. So this is some hazel that we've literally harvested out of our hedgerows, and they'll get fitted to the bowl turning hook tools and give you a really nice long handle for plenty of leverage when you're working on the pole lathe. We've also got some of our carving tool handles prepped. So we've got some contoured sloids and some hybrids, and even some Mokattorgan handles, some of our Indian crook knives. So these are all pretty much made out of elm. They've all had their mortises ready to receive the tool, and they've all been laser logoed and oiled, so they're pretty much ready for blades to go in really. Then we've also been working on draw knives. So we've got some of our nice turned handles. So these are turned on the pole lathe out of some nice English ash with copper ferrules. So we've got one blade prepped ready for the handles, and we've even got one glued up ready for just the final clean up on the ends of the handles and a little bit of oil, and then we can sharpen that up and that'll be ready for a nice leather case off Lois. And it goes from the really rustic woodworky type stuff to the more sort of modern type of materials. So we've got some of our parangs finished up. This is one that was on the available now page, but the chap who's ordered it needs it to be turned into a left-handed sheath, so I'll take off this right-handed belt loop and we'll be able to make it into a left-handed one. We've got another one there. I've also been working on a little pocket parang as well, so this needs a kydex sheath making for it. And we've got one that was already moulded for another pocket parang. I was sort of laughing because this on my Instagram feed I said that it was like a Han Solo sheath because it was totally enveloped the parang, so that's pretty amazing how you get that sort of definition of the shape of the actual tool when you mould that kydex. So we've got a few more parangs that need shaping, they're all glued up ready to rock. And then we've also got some of our finished thorns. So these have got the kydex sheaths, they just need the cord adding to them. So they make a really nice little EDC, very lightweight little companion carry. There's always a little lone nomad kicking around the workshop, so this is one in natural canvas micarta. So I've just got to make a sheath for that one and that will be ready. And then we also had an exciting delivery this week. So I ordered this a few weeks back, but obviously postage has been a little bit slow. These came over from the States, but I've got some amazing desert ironwood arrive. So this is some highly figured desert ironwood. So this has got some really nice colourings to it. I really like it when you get a little bit of this sort of light sapwood on it as well. So we're hopefully going to make some pretty special knives out of this desert ironwood. Now desert ironwood is a fantastic material. You don't need to stabilise it because it's sort of naturally stabilised with all its own natural oils and things. But yeah, it's always a bit of a nightmare when you actually come to pick which one you actually want to put on a knife. So there's some amazing grain in there. So that's going to be really nice and exciting, getting some of those on some blades. And then we'll come through to this side of the bench. This is where it all gets a little bit messy. This is where we do our sort of glue up. So we've got lots of blades that have got people's names and obviously what handle materials they want on them. And then I've got some handle scales prepped, some natural ones with no liners, some funky hunter orange. And we're also working on this pretty awesome set. So this is all in AEBL stainless. So we've got a Pixie, a Woodlander 4-inch Classic, and one of our Orford Eban Parangs, all in the stainless steel, and they're all going to have this amazing neon green and black G10 with thick orange liners to it. So yeah, no fear of ever losing those in the woods when you're actually out on a major adventure. So yeah, and then these are some that I've actually got glued up and ready to rock really. So I glued these up yesterday morning. I normally let the epoxy cure for at least 24 hours. So I can pretty much remove the clamps now. And this is where you find that you've bonded your clamps to your knife as well if you're not careful. So it looks pretty ugly at the moment. So this is a Campcraft knife with elm handles, but I'll cut those sort of excess loveless bolts off, and then we can start to actually think about shaping the knife handle up, and obviously Lois is going to make a nice leather sheath for that one as well. So there's quite a few on the bench at the moment. We've got some in elm, some in modern handle materials, we've even got some in stabilised materials as well. Some in pretty outrageous colour combinations as well. So that's red linen micarta with some really super thick neon green liners. So that's going to look pretty funky on that little Pixie. And we've also had some of our bigger tools. So this is some of our Nordic carvers. So they're all glued up. So we'll think about cleaning those up, cut those bolts off and start shaping those. So it's been a real busy week so far, but lots of fun, lots of variety. But we thought it'd be fun just to show you what we've been working on. So that's what we've been working on so far, and it's only Wednesday, so still lots to do. So hopefully we'll get some of those funky tools finished off. But yeah, always lots of things happening, lots of variety, and it's certainly exciting for me in the workshop, and hopefully exciting for you to see what we've been working on. So thanks for watching, and tune in next time for another Work in Progress Wednesday.